And we're live for the last time in the kitchen. So, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Phoenix. Yes, you heard me correctly. It is the last day of Cooking with Carl. I will be leaving for Japan the 22nd, and the 17th will be my final stream in America. So, I have different things planned for that. So, this is the last time I'll ever be streaming a cooking stream, at least in America, most likely, or for the foreseeable future. And so I wanted to make something from my childhood, something that reminds me of home, because this is one of the last times I'll be cooking myself a nice homey meal. So we're doing cream of broccoli soup. We're using the Instant Pot again today. Cream of broccoli soup is oft quoted as my favorite food ever. It's definitely my favorite childhood food. Usually, just make it instant from the can, but we're trying the Instant Pot recipe here, and we're doing that. So we'll be making that. We'll also be doing grilled cheese, this little sandwich to go along with it. I'll be using pepper jack cheese and bacon, and my dad has requested pepper jack and chicken, so that'll be good. And then we're also going to do some lemonade to round it out, as is tradition. And the fruit juice we will be adding to the lemonade is black raspberries. It is good. I've had it before. Um, but black raspberries, these grow wild back on the farm, so I handpicked these myself. Thank you, Chi Chi, along with Chi Chi and my mother. So we froze them for the week to try to separate the juice. So that's gonna be good. But yeah, I like the combo. When I was a resident assistant in college, every year we would have training, RA training, and all the RAs would meet together in the centrally located Case Hall, or not Case Hall, Shaw Hall, and we would eat there, and they would have a custom, like, make your own sandwich, build your own sandwich line, and there weren't a lot of students working there because we showed up early, so there was usually like an actual professional full-time cook, and I would get toasted pepper jack and bacon sandwich. So that was really good. Without further ado, we just switch over to the big food, and we'll just pull up um, the instructions, the recipe. All right. So first thing, we need to saute for 10 minutes. No, frick. Hit saute and then minus to 10 minutes. And then leave it. The time shows up at 30 minutes automatically. So how do I make it start? Oh, there we go. You just wait. So 3 tablespoons of butter. So we're only going to do one, just the logistics, we're only going to do one batch today. I really didn't want to have to like go through and do that pressure pot twice, and nah. So we're waiting for that to melt. We're going to finely chop this onion up all the way. So first things first, I'm going to remove this. Can y'all see this? Okay. Yeah, okay, that's still in frame. Good. So I'm going to chop the ends off. That's the stuff you don't want in there. And then we're going to peel all the onion, get the skin off. You really don't want to get the skin in there. There's nothing wrong with it taste-wise, but texture-wise, it just, ugh. Ugh, it's gross. Sticks to the roof of your mouth, or it's, ugh. Not good, Patrick. Get that skin off. So hopefully this turns out well. I'm not entirely sure, like the condensed version in a can, right? I'm not sure exactly what other ingredients they use. I don't think they used onion, but I doubt that I'll be complaining. All right, that's starting to melt. Let's chop this onion up then. Odds I start crying. The poor onion. It's dying. I'm killing it. Get all the onion juice in my. Oh, welcome in, Captain Ultros. I didn't even register. See, the thing is, I found that I look at the color of people's names. Like I'll read their name when they first come in, but I saw the purple, and I immediately thought, okay, Phoenix is purple, so therefore, anyone that's purple must be. Ugh, I'm crying. I'm just so sad. It's my last cooking stream. I should have gotten a bigger. Ugh. I should have got a bigger cutting board. Oh, my eyes. I'm crying. Oh, God. I literally. Emergency eye wash station. Holy cow. It's not finely chopped, but given my space, it'll have to do. Hopefully they start falling apart in the Instant Pot. We'll see. Oh, I'll be back. Oh, sorry about that, folks. My eyes. My eyes were full of onion mist. Is there a timer? Ugh! Why can I not hear the Game Over Mario? Did it happen? Happened good. Welcome in, Shiley and Hylian. How we doing? Hi, Popa. Welcome in. Oh, everybody's coming in for the final cooking stream. It did. Nice. It's weird. Sound alerts cannot be refunded. I guess it's like, well, it must have worked because it's a computer handling it. Oh, yeah. Oh, good enough. It'll break up in there, right? So we're stirring this around. Everybody excited for the final cooking stream? Maybe ever. How are we all feeling? How are we doing today? Want to clean the living room? But Kitty decided it was cuddle time? Well, tell the kitty I said hi. Neither of the cats live in here, like snuggling. One of them doesn't want you to touch her. Thinks that she's gonna. I think she thinks that we're gonna kill her. I think. I'll do a cooking stream in Japan, just a matter of time. Yeah, we'll see. I was talking with my predecessor, which the implication is, I will be taking his house because the house is provided by the city specifically for the assistant language teacher to live there, and there's no oven in there. There's a stovetop range, but there's no oven. So if I want to do any baking, dang. But he did confirm a little less than 80 megabytes per second download and upload, which download is significantly slower than I am here, but upload is here. Feeling terrible thanks to allergies? Oh no. What you allergic to? Just the general pollen? I set a timer for 10 minutes. I don't know what that meant. I got so many Poofle's purple, Phoenix is purple, Captain's purple, everybody purple. It is a nice shade of purple, to be fair. Violet. So yeah, you show me around. It's a pretty nice thing. Yeah, I'll probably get just a mini. I might get like just a mini, like toaster oven type thing, like size, and see if I can't bake some stuff there using that. Yeah, but it's a pretty nice place considering I'll be living there alone. It'll be all to me. So yeah, it's looking like it's pretty cheap too. What did he say? 1,800 yen from Ski. Hey, the 10 minutes is up. Nice. Okay, and then I was like, is this gonna stop yelling at me? Um, Add the garlic and saute for 1 more minute. 3 cloves. Green. I've been doing all right. I mean, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. I've been, reflecting on. Hold on, I gotta find my. Where'd up? Oh, it's right here. Yeah, I've been all right. It's like I said, it's been bittersweet. I've been reflecting back on my entire 2-ish years of streaming, all the things that I did accomplish, all that I wanted to, all the things that I didn't accomplish that I wanted to, stuff like that. So I've been reflecting back on all that. So it's been interesting, definitely, because this is definitely a next step in my life that I have to take. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I need to do this. But it is kind of sad that, I won't be able to spend all day, every day, just working on streams and stuff. But, we'll see. There's 2. Urgh. Take the next step. Move out of state for a new job. Oh, nice. What kind of job? From what to what? Pray to forget it. I don't forget something when I leave. Honestly, though. We'll see. I mean, overall, not to sound arrogant or anything, I'm not afraid. You know, I'm pretty confident in my ability to adapt and overcome and whatnot. Because overall, people are like, "Okay, are you scared?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah. Obviously, I'm a little bit scared. I'm moving to a foreign country, starting a completely new job. I don't know anybody there. Um, completely different norms. I am not fluent in the language. I'm decent. I'm not horrible, but I'm not fluent by any stretch of the imagination. So yeah, I'm a little scared. But granted, this job, software developer, gas station employee, database administrator. Nice. I assume this is an upgrade. My dad's a software engineer. Is it not frying it? No, it's still. Is it not heating anymore? Okay. Probably not getting rank 1 killer or survivor in 3 days. I mean, speaking of, if y'all want to get to rank 1 survivor with me, we've got 6 more subs left. Racketeer more stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, a lot of people are in my position, you know, so I will have people to reach out to. And this job doesn't require like teaching experience and Japanese proficiency, neither of which are a requirement for this job. Neither. So the cool thing is, I have a leg up on everybody. Learn how to code and become a software engineer. Yeah, I'll say it's like anything, learning a language. I tried looking into it, learning on my own, and trying to figure out. But it's like, you know what? I just need someone to sit down with me and be like, here's general that I can ask questions and stuff. All right. Add the flour. Gluten-free flour because my dad's gluten-free. But generally, I found when you're cooking using gluten-free flour as a thickening agent, it's fine. It's actually better as a thickening agent. 2 tablespoons. Because when I use regular all-purpose flour, it doesn't make it as thick as I want. But when I use gluten-free flour, yeah. There we go. There we are. Put this aside. Mix that up. And then we're going to salt and vinegar. On the topic of DBD, I did manage to finish the rift before it was gone, and I got rank 1 survivor and maybe like, I don't know, rank Ash 3 killer or something. I played a few killer games to get the achievements for the tome challenges for the masquerade, but that was it. Salt and pepper. Stir until well combined. Well, that flour sure is making everything stick. Okay. Carefully and slowly pour the broth into the pot. 4 cups. Holy cow. Stirring well, so I don't get anything anywhere. Should it still be sauteing? I don't think it matters. I think we're just mixing it. One. Yeah, I probably should have like put this onion through like a magic bullet or whatever, blended it up. A 2. Let's get 3. Uh-oh. I'm not going to have 4. We might have another thing of broth in there, I want to say. There is in the back? Okay. We're going to set you there. We do this, go to the fridge. Oh, yep, that's way back there. Ah. Four. Stir in the broccoli florets. So it's 4 cups of broccoli florets. I didn't get 4 cups specifically. I just got 2 big crowns, as you can see here. A 1. And a 2. And you know, I'm just going to use these scissors. And we're just going to chop off the florets in there. You don't want a lot of big old stalks just for the mouthfeel. I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't affect the flavor much, but you know, you want to get the floury crud off. Yeah. So we're just going to give it a nice haircut. So I rinsed these beforehand. Generally speaking, you want to rinse produce, especially if you're going to be, it's like not something you're going to peel or whatever. Just in the off chance that any pesticides or fertilizers or whatnot are still on the produce. Because even though even like this is supposed to be organic and stuff, there are certain pesticides and certain fertilizers you can still use that are organic. Unfortunately, the word organic, like in America at least, if you see the word organic on a on a piece of food, it doesn't necessarily mean anything legally. Like advertisement laws, like if you put the word fruit, F-R-U-I-T, on your product, it means it had to have been made using real fruit. That's why Fruit Loops are spelled F-R-O-O-T. It's not just because they wanted to, you know, make the O's actual loops. It's also because there's no actual fruit in Fruit Loops, so you cannot legally call them Fruit loops. I'm missing a lot of florets here. Got an Aunt Floret living in France. Ugh. There we go. Boom. Okay, next up we have all right, put the lid on. Stir all them in. The heck? There we go. Ah, there we are. You had to turn it a long way. Okay, so it's sealed, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it on high pressure cook for 4 minutes. So we're gonna select pressure cook, high, and what was it, 4 minutes? And that's gonna start. You know what? I don't like your name. So there. That's off to the side. Okay. So this is kind of sus. Ideally, you want a lot of space, especially when you're working with equipment like that. So let's flip this over. And then now we can use it for fruits. So we're going to make some black raspberry lemonade. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is there 9? Ooh, usually there's like 7 or 8, but we got 9 this time. We hit the jackpot. Now I just need to find where I put my my knife, my other knife. Don't tell me it's like underneath the pot. No? Okay. All right, let's put this away. Let's start. Oh, there it is. Found it. So, start juicing these lemons. So we'll do 4.5 because that's half of them for one. Although I suppose if I just get a really big how do I want to? I don't think this can hold 4 cups. Actually, it might be able to. Let's just go crazy. We'll just juice all of them and we'll do all at once. Or we could do something a little We'll see. We'll see. So I'm just gonna juice all this since we're making the same type of lemonade. We're making black raspberry lemonade for the both of us. Ah. Let's Put you away, gluten-free flour. You've done your service. Thank you for your service. Okay. So the goal of juicing a citrus is to squish all the little pockets in these ribs. Sometimes I roll it around like this. I'll squeeze it, spin it around, all that good stuff. Hmm. I thought I was gonna be using up all the garlic. Guess not. All right, next one. Probably better that I cut them one at a time. That way I'm not juggling all these lemon halves, trying not to get any gunk on them from anywhere else. Oh, set a weak spot. Ugh, I popped a hole in it. Oh my god. Gross. Ugh. I'm gonna need to wash my hands, rinse my hands off. We'll be right back. What's that originally from? There's like the meme where it plays that song and says "We'll be right back." Like someone make that up, like as a like imitation generic like '90s thing, or is that from an actual show or something? Fun fact about a lemon half, or an interesting use you can use about a lemon half, is you can uh, throw it in the garbage disposal and dispose it up, and it can help clean it all out. Clean it up, make it smell a little fresh. I think the acids can help break up some of the crud builds up in there on the blades and in the nooks and crannies and all that good stuff. Oh, we are overflowing. Don't want to lose the lemon juice. Anything but that. Honestly, I don't even care about getting pulp in it because I'm going to strain it later. So I'm not going to worry. Like, I have yet to come across um, a lemon juicer that actually does a good job at not getting pulp in it. Maybe those like lemon presses, maybe where you like put the lemon in like and then it squishes it inside out. Maybe that catches all the pulp. But like it's either too big and the pulp can just get through. Like the pulp can get through a little bit in this anyway, but like it the cohesion of water and the adhesion of the water to the pulp um and the sides of the actual like the mesh of the drain just means that it clogs it all up. Ah! Slippery, slippery little fella. There we go. Some combustible lemons and throw them at people's houses. Is this. Am I missing something? Why? Why would we do that? That sounds violent. So they can make their houses smell nice? Are you advocating violence? Oh, this is a juicy one. That last one was like hard. Wonder if it was like unripened or something. This one's squishy. It will be my squishy. I don't get it. Shylene, are you okay? Are you in need of medical attention? Ugh. Ugh. It's like a setup for a pun. You're already going to therapy. Okay, maybe you should talk with your therapist about your sudden desire to throw flaming lemons at people's property. I think whoever your therapist, I think they'd be very interested in hearing about that. Oh, I'm getting dangerously high here. Dangerously close to the line. Overflow. I have never played Portal 2. It's on the Switch. There is a Switch version. Portal Collection has been portaled over to Switch. Haha. Sorry, I'm a Nintendo guy. I played a very good chunk of Nintendo's franchises, but have I ever played a Valve game? Valve's the one that made Portal, right? I've never played Team Fortress 2. I've never played Half-Life. Never played Portal. Never played Back 4 Blood. No. Left 4 Dead. Back 4 Blood's not by Valve. That's the imitation, right? Of Left 4 Dead. I think I'd have fun with Portal. I like puzzle games, and it seems very tongue in cheek. I appreciate some good some good tongues in the cheek, you know? It is sealed, right? Yeah, okay, it's sealed. It's a hard lemon. I was like, am I using the cutting edge of this blade? That's how hard it was. Yeah. It's like, ugh. Doesn't seem amusing enough. Just the actual seems amusing enough. Just the actual gameplay itself doesn't click. A good lemon's hard to find. A hard lemon is good to find. What the heck? No, I'm not. I'm not engaging with that shenanigans. Ah. Ah. Ugh. Put all these in the old compost. Throw one of them in the sink to run down the disposal later. I gotta rinse my hands off. Be wary if you have any cuts or nicks or any other openings or injuries on your hands. Might want to cover them up with a watertight something. You wear gloves when you're using with dealing with lemons because it can and will get into those cuts and it can and will sting. All right, so let's put this all in here. Good stuff. Actually, I don't know. It tastes kind of bland. That's unfortunate. We'll make it good though. Yeah, there's some unripe ones in there. That would not be good. All right, so these were freshly picked back on the 4th of July. And then we threw them in the freezer so that they would guarantee to keep. What do you want? Oh, what's next for that? It's done cooking. Do a quick release. Vent. Ah! Turns out it vents right where your hand is. It keeps warm after, right? Okay, so we'll just keep it warm before we serve it. Still venting. How? Holy cow. Where'd my masher go? Didn't I grab it? I did not grab it. I remember seeing it and looking at it and saying, I'm going to grab that. But I did not. Smells good. All right, that's. We'll mash all this stuff up. That's good stuff. That reminds me of home. Definitely. So let's put that on hold. We don't need to do that right now. So let's put some sugar in here. Sugar helps to pull juice out, so I'm told. Now let's mash this up a little bit more. Put that back. And let's just dump all of the everything. Yeah, I'm gonna want a spatula. All the raspberry juice into the lemon juice. And then later we can, probably last thing to finish off, we'll make the lemonade nice and good. There we go. What else? We're gonna need this masher here to mash up the broccoli for it, so I'll rinse this off. I think now is time for silly songs with Larry. To make the sandwiches. Ugh. There we go. Where'd my spoon go? There it is. Let's mix everything up in there. Okay, good. I was looking at the cream here. I'm like, oh, did I forget to put it in? No, that's the last thing you do. So we'll take this frying pan into a drying pan. What? And then what we're going to do is we're going to fry up some bacon and some chicken, and those will be the meat in our our sandwich. So one thing I like to do slice the bacon in half because it's too big to fit in the pot. So we'll just throw that in there. Ugh. Oh, that's a lot of bacon. I did not mean to. You know what? One, two. Oh, it's only 3 slices. Come on, man. Huh. Huh. I don't want to touch the bacon with my bare hands. That's good. That's fine. That's good enough. I'm probably going to have to touch the chicken anyway with my bare hands, so whatever. I wonder what kinds of, typically American foods, You know, like how readily available is bacon gonna be? You know, I was told that there's actually a not insignificant amount of cattle on the island. Beef cattle, I believe. So I'm just gonna fry up the chicken and the bacon together, save some time. Ugh. It's a lot of chicken. It's gonna be like a stir fry almost. Yeah, my pan's a little too small. Might need to get a bigger one. Ugh. Yeah, something tells me we're gonna need a bigger pan. Oh yeah. Ugh, I'm hooked. Ugh. Put this one away where it belongs. Probably gonna move the pot away. Out of my way. Thank you. Grab my tongs because I forgot to grab them. We'll start frying. It's a little better. I love how the stream goes on, the hungrier I get. The less my brain wants to talk. Just start fixating on the food. Thing is, you don't really need to put oil down if you're trying to just cook the chicken, because the grease will from the bacon will kind of take the place. Oh, I'm stepping on the freaking extension cord that I had to use to plug in the pressure cooker. Oh boy. Ugh. Separate all the chicken. All the chicken goes there. All the bacon on this side. That's gonna be a lot of chicken for one sandwich. Gonna be a lot of bacon for one sandwich. Shove all the chicken in one sandwich. Yeah. My dad's in the other room saying, "Don't do that, please. Save some for later." All right, I'm gonna be using the center burner. Actually, you know what? I can use. Probably shouldn't use a center burner. I can use the pan that I didn't use for bacon. Because the center burner, I'd have to clear everything off of it, which is not something I want to have to deal with right now, truth be told. Uh-oh, a lot of juice from the chicken as well. I don't want to start boiling my thing, boiling my bacon. I want to fry it. Seems like the chicken's cooking first. Kind of surprised, the bacon's so thin. I might get the grease container and pour some of this off once I remove the chicken. Gotta get a nice shizzle pan fry. I ain't boiling my bacon around these parts. And in the meantime, I might need to find a bigger container there to put all the lemonade to be in. All right, chicken's cooked. It'll get cooked a bit more, not by much, really. It'll get cooked a bit more in the actual sandwich. It's like bacon bits at this point. All right, well, that's frying. I am going to take a quick look around. I might just use the bowl. Yeah, you know what? I'll use the bowl that I used to smush all of the raspberries in. That'll work. I really butchered this bacon. This poor bacon. All right, let's try to lay this out flat at least a little bit. Turn the heat up. It's a big pan on a small burner. Got a really high heat. Is this pan like really so big that it's like absorbing and spreading all the heat out? Translation: cook faster. I'm hungry. All right. Well, that's taking its sweet darn time. So I got some all natural, non GMO country white, the Northern Baking Company country white bread, made in Traverse City, Michigan. So we get a nice big old sandwich. My father's got some. Let's take a look. Canyon Bakehouse gluten-free 7-grain bread. Significantly sadder looking. But that's okay. We'll freshen it up. We'll make it look better. We'll make it feel better. spitting at me? Okay, that's cooked enough for my purposes. Okay. Let's turn this up. Throw some butter down. Do my dad's first, so if I make any mistakes, I mean, because he's probably really hungry, and I want him to get it out as soon as possible. You know. Okay. So I think the play is going to be we're going to put the food in there. We're going to brown the edges. We're going to toast it, and then we're going to flip it over. Put the pepper jack on both sides. Put the chicken in the middle, and then we're going to um, and then we're going to melt it together. All right, well, that's browning. I'm just going to pour the lemonade syrup into the bowl. Let that drain. There's so much gunk. Your internet booted me. Oh, darn. Well, welcome back. Welcome back. I missed you. Okay. Ugh. Put that over there. Oh, shoot. I need my spoon back. Ugh. Back and forth. Officially in the juggling three things phase. Oh no. I lost my spoon. Okay. Pepper jack cheese. Mm. Oh. Don't want to put paper in there. There you are. You know what I need? I need a lid, Patrick. I need to turn the heat down. That'll help. The lid will help keep the heat contained and heat the air up in there. And in turn, what that's going to do is help melt the cheese that's not directly, closest to the burner. Come on. Oh, that's grilled all right. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Okay. There it is. Boom. Look at that. Heavily toasted. Okay, before I make mine, I think I'm going to finish up the lemonade, then finish up the soup, and then do my sandwich last. And then we'll cut to break and then we'll reconvene. after that. Okay, I have water. So, the fun trick with lemonade is you got your lemon juice. If it's too sour, you add sugar. If it's too strong, you add water. And figuring out whether the stuff is too strong or too sour is the fun part. Oh shoot, that's a lot of sugar. So you don't want to do what I did and add a lot of sugar. You only want to add little bits of water and sugar at a time. It's very easy to add more, but it's very hard to take some out. So the only way to take some out is if you add more lemon juice, really. And I don't have any more lemon juice, so. Yeah, I think we put too much raspberry in there. It's more like lemon raspberry aid. Actually, a little bit more sugar. There we go. Oh, I'm not. I need something with a lip. Something big with a lip. I'll be back. Holy moly. Good sandwich, good. I was worried I'd let it cook for too long. The heck? How is there not enough lemonade for 2 glasses? There we go. Good. It's weird. I had more lemons and more fruit juice than I usually do. But usually I end up with extra lemonade. Not so today, I guess. Whatever. It got done. All right, here's lemonade. Ugh. All right, so that's the lemonade. Let's start clearing some of this mess. Can you? Hey, Harlequin, welcome in. How you doing? All right. I'm just gonna do the final things of the soup off screen. It's literally just mashing stuff up and mixing it up. I'm not gonna bother putting it back on so I can mash it up. So just to let you know what I'm gonna be doing, I'm gonna be mashing up the broccoli, and then I'm just gonna be mixing in the cream and the cheddar, and that's it. So I'll make. What am I making? I'm making cream of broccoli soup, black raspberry lemonade, and pepper jack and bacon soup. So I'm finishing up making the bacon, or the sandwich. Pepper jack and bacon sandwich. Grilled cheese. Sorry. So I'll be making that. Toasting some stuff up here. So we're just on the tail end of the cooking part, and then we're gonna go transition to the eating part. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lightly toast both of these, and then we're gonna throw one down, throw some pepper jack down on it, and then the bacon, and then the other pepper jack, and then and then the bread, because that's how a sandwich works. Oh, that's not toasted at all. Oh. Can't toast too quickly. Hi, Blizz527. Welcome in. Ugh. My day's going all right. Oh, from Canada? Nice. Happy late Canada Day. I'm nine days late, but that's fine. I'm from Michigan, so, close. Been to Canada. But yeah, I'm doing all right. A little sad, though, truth be told. It's going to be my last cooking stream in America, at least, because after this, I'll be moving to Japan. So, far across the Pacific from Canada. We're probably going to be flying across continents, right? Not Pacific. How are you been? Oh, I can't wait for this thing's toast. Doing great. Good to hear. I gotta resist eating the bacon. Oh, I can eat some chicken. There we go. Mexican browning. Yeah, I'm hoping I will like it there as well. After all, I'm gonna be living there for a few years. Any plans today? I have a friend who wanted to catch up, who wanted to do a video call, hang out, maybe play some Stardew Valley. But get me before I'm gone. So I think I'm gonna be doing that. What about y'all? Any plans? Yes. Ba-doo, 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 doo, doo, boop, 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 boo-doo. So we're waiting for this. This is probably pretty well toasted. Yeah, it's getting there. I'm not a heavy toast kind of guy. I'm a light toast kind of guy. Plus, we are going to be throwing, we're going to be cooking it a little bit longer after we put the cheese on. I am a butter guy. I do like me some butter. So, Blizz, are you a fan of cooking? What brings you to the old stream today? Hua! All right, roaster up. Cleaning up off on top. Get the foosball table. Researching face is for a huntress. Face masks. Faces. Huntress, Dead by Daylight, I presume. Okay, let's do this. It's time. Fabric. Okay. Cheese. All the bacon. Ooh, hot, 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 hot. So we'll do that. We'll turn it down because the main purpose is not to cook it at this point. The main purpose is to just melt the cheese. So we'll turn it way down, put the lid on so that it gets nice and hot in there, starts melting said cheese, and then, oh boy. Hopefully it doesn't toast too much at this point. Dang, this poor soup has been sitting for 47 minutes, waiting for me to finish. Should be fine, though. No! I don't want to be super black. Super dark, deep toasted. Whatever. It'll probably be fine. Okay, so as this finishes up, I'll do a commercial break and then we'll transition over to the eating section where we will reconvene and I'll tell y'all what I think of the food. And there we go. Look at that. Okay. So, I'll put it onto a commercial break, and then when we come back, we'll be eating. Hope to see you on the other side, and I'll be right back. wrong one. Okay, folks. We did it. We're here. We've cooked it. Let's try the main course. Cream of broccoli soup with cheddar cheese. Mmm. That's pretty good. Now, the funny thing is I don't like broccoli, but cream of broccoli soup is really good. Thank you, thank you. I'm wondering, it doesn't seem thick enough or creamy enough. Like I would prefer it to be thicker, a little bit. Could add some more gluten-free flour to it. Stand to be maybe a little bit more salt would help fix her up. I didn't really measure out the salt or the pepper, so that might have done it. Mmm. The onions just melt too. That's good. That's good. Okay, let's do the lemonade. Woo. Yeah, that's one of the better lemonades I've had. Actually, turned out really well. The lemon is still there, but the black raspberry is very much present. One of my favorite things I like to do with black raspberries is make them into jam. Black raspberry jam is so good. All right, now for the pepper jack bacon. Got a little too cooked for my taste, but we'll see if it is indeed too cooked for my taste. That's good. I can taste the char a little bit, and I'm not a fan of that, but it's not overpowering or anything. So I wish I had pulled it off a bit sooner. The peppers dancing around in the background, and the bacon is certainly a welcome presence. It's nice and, well, it's bacon. It's bacony. It's got a very nice and unique. It's like the good kind of bacon, the really flavorful kind of bacon. Overall, really good. Soup, 7 out of 10. Lemonade, 8 out of 10. Sandwich, also 8 out of 10. Y'all getting in my mustache. Onions, could take them or leave them. Oh, and I brought some oyster crackers. Almost reminds you of chowder. Oh, I got some oyster crackers for this clam chowder. It's a cream soup, close to a chowder. Extra cooked chicken breast. You can see my hands are kind of stained. I had to reach into the red goo to get the spoon back. Thank you, thank you. Final cooking stream. Ingredient comparison. Water, yes. Broccoli, yes. Vegetable oil, didn't put any of that in. Modified cornstarch, no. This is a can of Campbell's cream of broccoli soup. Wheat flour, no. We use gluten-free flour. Less than 2% of cream. Salt, sugar, whey, soy. Yeah, dried up. Okay, there are dried onions are in here. Mustard flour, zinc chloride, and natural flavoring. Food's good. 7s and 8s all around. Good stuff. Good. For some reason, Yam Yam Rep. Well, first of all, welcome in. For some reason, I glanced at it and that has like the same like format as like a wanna become famous bot. But yes, the joke is, why can't you use beef stew as a password? Because it's not strong enough. Stroganoff, strong enough. That's a dad joke, to be sure. Unfortunately, Yam Yam, you have come in on the tail end of the stream. I think we'll do a raid because you know what? We got some viewers. Let's find someone. Maybe some food and drink streamer. Someone small. Someone with the face on stream. Brewing. I'm not into brewing. Miner to hydrate. Oh, God. I'll go get my water. I'm dumb. It's right here. Try to find someone that's like. Does anybody have any in mind? Anybody in mind for a raid? Here's like the first person with their face on screen. Sure, why not? Oh, nope. That's why not. Followers only chat. I ain't doing followers only chat. Dude, it's like if you want viewers, if you want extra followers, don't put on followers only. Oh my god, this guy's got a pumpkin theme too. Is my thing not working? Oh yeah, okay. Let's raid Omega 2513. Got a pumpkin theme. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you everybody. It's been a fun little run here. Of course, to make the announcement again, I will not be streaming cooking in quite a while because I will be moving to Japan before, next Sunday is my final stream, and I'm thinking about doing something special. I'll announce that later. But it won't be cooking. So then I'll be moving to Japan. So I don't know when I'll stream after that, and I don't know when I'll next stream cooking. So I do plan on streaming when I come back to when I come back to streaming when I'm in Japan. But yeah, bye Poofle. But thank you everybody for coming out. If you like what you saw and you're not following, feel free to follow. If you are following, you can check out my other social media in the description below if you're on desktop. Or if you are on mobile, you can type in ! whatever the name of the platform is, and my bot will give you the link. If you are, of course, if you're already following, watching, viewing, lurking, chatting is more than enough support. If you would like to support the channel monetarily, you can do so by cheering, donating, or subscribing. It's free with Amazon Prime. Info on how to set that up in my Discord. You can, and then next stream tomorrow, I believe I'll be playing some Fire Emblem Three Houses. I'll clarify that in the Discord. In any case, stay safe out there, folks. Get vaccinated, get boosted as soon as you're able to. If you're not vaccinated, if you're not boosted, don't leave your house unless you need to. But if you do need to leave your house, make sure you wear a mask, stay at least 6 feet away from other people, and wash your hands often. All right. Catch you on the other side of the raid. Bye.